Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every life when you either rise or you surrender, a moment when the world pushes you to the edge and waits to see what you'll choose. And in that split second, something ancient awakens inside you, not anger, not fear, but a deeper force. True beast mentality is often misunderstood as aggression, force, or the need to overpower others, but its deeper truth is far more profound and transformative. It is not about how loudly you roar or how intensely you push. It is about the inner steadiness that does not crumble when life becomes overwhelming. Real strength is quiet. It lives in the calm space between your thoughts, in the resilience that keeps you moving forward even when fear tries to stop your steps. This form of power is rooted in deep self-awareness, a recognition that your greatest battles are not with the world but within yourself. When you cultivate inner strength, you stop seeking validation or approval from others because you begin to understand that your worth is not determined externally. It comes from your alignment with your true self. Inner strength means you no longer react out of impulse or ego. You respond with clarity, intention, and wisdom. You recognize that every challenge carries a lesson and every difficulty contains a doorway to growth. Instead of trying to control everything around you, you learn to master what is within you. You become patient with your journey, forgiving with your past, and determined in your purpose. This is the essence of beast mentality. It is the unshakable belief that no matter what you face, you possess the power to rise above it. Beast mentality also teaches you that the most powerful moments in life are the ones where you choose peace over chaos, restraint over reaction, and courage over fear. Anyone can lash out when triggered, but true strength lies in the ability to remain centered. It is easy to be aggressive, it is easy to be loud, it is easy to let emotions dictate your actions, but it takes profound inner power to stay calm, focused, and intentional when everything around you demands otherwise. This kind of strength cannot be borrowed, taught, or imitated. It must be developed from within. When you embrace the quiet power of true beast mentality, you carry yourself differently. You no longer see yourself as someone who must prove their strength. Instead, you embody it. You walk with confidence, not arrogance. You act from purpose, not insecurity. You make decisions with clarity because you are no longer driven by fear. True beast mentality is the realization that real power has nothing to do with force and everything to do with inner mastery. Life's challenges often appear as harsh interruptions, moments that shake the very ground beneath your feet, leaving you wondering why hardship has found its way into your path. But when seen through a deeper lens, these moments are not random or senseless. They are purposeful invitations for you to rise into a stronger, wiser, more awakened version of yourself. Every difficulty carries within it an opportunity, an inner doorway, that can only be opened when you choose to see beyond the surface of the struggle. Challenges are not designed to break you. They are designed to reveal parts of your strength that would have otherwise remained hidden. Without pressure, potential remains dormant. Without resistance, growth has no reason to unfold. It is only when life pushes against you that you discover how deeply rooted your courage truly is. When you face adversity, you are given a chance to confront the parts of yourself that need healing, strengthening, or releasing. The pain you feel is often the stretching required for transformation. Obstacles shake loose old beliefs, outdated identities, and limiting thoughts that no longer serve your evolution. In this way, life uses challenges as sculpting tools, carving away what holds you back and shaping you into someone capable of carrying greater purpose. Instead of asking why something is happening to you, the real question becomes what it is awakening within you. Each difficulty brings a unique teaching, and every trial carries wisdom meant specifically for your growth. Rising through challenges also requires trust. Trust that the journey is meaningful even when it feels uncomfortable. Trust that something greater is being constructed within you. Trust that you are being prepared for what you have asked life for. When you pray for strength, opportunities to practice strength appear. When you ask for growth, situations that stretch you show up. When you seek purpose, life removes what is false so you can stand in what is real. Adversity is simply the universe responding to your deepest intentions. This point reminds you that your potential is far greater than your fear, and every challenge is a doorway to realizing that truth. When you shift your mindset from seeing hardship as punishment to seeing it as preparation, you transform your entire relationship with life. You begin to walk with resilience, understanding that every storm carries the seeds of a new beginning, and every setback has the power to elevate you beyond what you once believed possible. Intention is the unseen force that shapes the direction of your life long before any action is taken. It is the quiet, internal decision that determines how you move, how you think, and how you respond to the world around you. When your intention is unclear, your energy becomes scattered, your choices become reactive, and your path becomes influenced by doubt, fear, or the expectations of others. But the moment you become clear about what you truly want, whether it is strength, peace, healing, purpose, or transformation, your entire inner world begins to align with that desire. Intention acts like a compass, pointing you toward the experiences, thoughts, opportunities, and people that are meant to support your growth. Even before you see results, the energy inside you shifts, and that shift becomes the foundation for everything that follows. Clarity of intention is powerful because it eliminates confusion. Instead of being pulled in 100 directions, you start moving in one direction with certainty. Life becomes less about reacting to whatever comes your way and more about consciously choosing what you allow into your mind and heart. When you decide that your intention is to live with peace, you stop entertaining thoughts that disturb your inner stillness. When your intention is strength, you stop feeding beliefs that weaken your spirit. When your intention is healing, you stop revisiting stories that reopen the same old wounds. Intention doesn't just guide your actions, it reshapes your internal landscape. The universe responds to intention in ways that often feel subtle at first. You begin noticing ideas you didn't see before, opportunities that once seemed invisible, and solutions that match the energy you're sending out. Intention acts like a magnet, drawing toward you the experiences you are spiritually prepared to receive. The truth is, you attract not what you wish for, but what you intend with the fullness of your being. A wish is temporary, but intention is committed. A wish hopes things change, but intention steps into the energy of change. A wish relies on chance, but intention relies on alignment. Once your intention becomes clear, your behavior naturally follows. You start making choices that honor your purpose instead of sabotaging it. You begin releasing habits, people, and environments that do not match the life you are trying to create. You start listening to your inner voice more than the noise around you. And slowly, your life reshapes itself to reflect the clarity within you. Intention is the starting point of transformation. It is the inner shift that eventually becomes an outer reality. Growth demands honesty, and one of the hardest truths to accept is that you cannot evolve while holding onto excuses that keep you anchored to the version of yourself you are trying to leave behind. Excuses feel safe because they provide a reason to stay within your comfort zone, to avoid risk, and to protect yourself from failure. But they come at a heavy cost. They block progress, silence potential, and trap you in patterns that no longer support the life you want to create. When you cling to excuses, you hand your power over to fear, doubt, and old stories that were never meant to define your future. Every excuse is a small surrender, a quiet decision to settle for less than what you are capable of becoming. Letting go of excuses requires courage because it forces you to take responsibility for your choices, your habits, and your mindset. It asks you to look directly at your limitations and recognize that many of them are self-imposed. It means admitting that you are not waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect opportunity. You are waiting for yourself. Growth begins the moment you stop saying, "I can't," and start asking, "How can I?" This shift in perspective is small, but it holds incredible power. It moves you from helplessness to possibility, from stagnation to momentum. When you stop blaming circumstances or people for where you are, you reclaim the authority to change where you are going. A beast mentality cannot coexist with excuses because excuses weaken your spirit, while growth strengthens it. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you reinforce your belief in your own potential. When you choose action over hesitation, you build self-trust. When you choose accountability over avoidance, you step into a higher level of personal integrity. This is how transformation takes root, not in one dramatic moment, but through the quiet, consistent decision to stop letting your fears dictate your life. Growth requires you to release the narratives that keep you small, the habits that drain your energy, and the excuses that blind you to your own capacity. The truth is, you already know what needs to change. You already feel the pull towards something greater. The part of you that dreams, desires, and envisions a better future is the part that recognizes your potential. The part of you that clings to excuses is simply afraid of stepping into that potential. But fear loses its power the moment you take a single step forward. Growth begins when you stop protecting your limitations and start protecting your possibilities. It begins when you choose honesty over illusion and action over avoidance. Endurance is one of the most misunderstood qualities of true strength, yet it is the cornerstone of real power. Many people equate strength with quick victories, immediate results, or visible achievements, but true power is not measured in speed or spectacle. It is measured in the capacity to keep going when the world seems determined to stop you. Life does not always reward the fastest or the loudest. It rewards those who endure, those who remain steadfast in their vision even when circumstances are harsh, unpredictable, or overwhelming. Endurance is not passive. It is an active commitment to persist, to rise each time you fall, and to continue moving forward even when progress feels invisible or uncertain. It is the quality that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary individuals, because it allows them to face repeated challenges without surrendering their purpose or spirit. Endurance requires a mindset that views setbacks not as failures, but as essential parts of growth. Every obstacle, delay, or difficulty is a test of your commitment, a moment in which your resilience can be strengthened. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not talent, luck, or circumstance. It is the willingness to endure, to remain present, and to keep taking steps toward a goal despite discomfort, fatigue, or doubt. This persistence is built gradually, through repeated choices to continue when quitting would be easier. It grows stronger each time you push through fear, disappointment, or uncertainty, proving to yourself that you are capable of far more than you once believed. Endurance also cultivates patience and perspective. When you endure, you learn to trust timing, to recognize that transformation does not happen overnight, and to see the hidden lessons within struggles. It teaches you to pace yourself, to conserve your energy, and to focus on consistent action rather than instant gratification. You begin to understand that progress is measured not only in accomplishments, but in the unwavering commitment to show up, to try again, and to maintain your course despite the inevitable obstacles along the way. The repeated act of enduring shapes character, fortifies courage, and reinforces the belief that challenges are temporary while your resilience is permanent. Those with true beast mentality understand that endurance is not a burden, it is a privilege. It is the opportunity to prove to yourself every day that you are stronger than the trials you face, that your spirit is unbreakable, and that no external force has the authority to determine your worth. It is through endurance that dreams are realized, lessons are learned, and inner power is revealed. Awakening your power begins with awareness, a conscious recognition that your life is shaped by the energy, thoughts, and choices you bring into every moment. Most people move through life on autopilot, reacting to circumstances and external pressures without ever stopping to notice the strength, potential, and wisdom already present within them. Awareness is the doorway to true transformation because it allows you to see yourself clearly, to understand your patterns, and to recognize the ways in which you unconsciously limit your own growth. When you become aware of your inner power, you realize that you are not a passive participant in life, but an active creator, capable of shaping your experiences and aligning with your deepest intentions. Awakening begins with the willingness to look inward without judgment. It requires honesty, an honest assessment of your strengths, weaknesses, desires, and fears. Awareness allows you to identify the thoughts that uplift you and the beliefs that hold you back. It helps you notice the habits that energize you and the patterns that drain you. Through this process, you begin to understand that real power does not come from external validation or circumstances, but from the mastery of your inner world. When you are awake to your own capabilities, you start making decisions from a place of alignment rather than reaction, from clarity rather than confusion. This awakening also brings a deep sense of responsibility. When you recognize your power, you understand that your choices matter, that the energy you project influences your life and the lives of those around you. It becomes clear that no one else holds the key to your fulfillment or success. It resides within you. Awareness encourages you to take ownership of your emotions, your thoughts, and your actions, and to approach life with intentionality rather than drift. Every step you take becomes conscious, every choice deliberate, and every response thoughtful. Furthermore, awakening your power deepens your connection with purpose. Once you are aware of the strength within, you naturally begin to align your life with what truly matters to you, rather than what is expected by others or dictated by circumstance. You start prioritizing growth, resilience, and meaningful action, letting go of distractions, fears, and influences that pull you away from your path. Awareness also cultivates gratitude and presence, allowing you to see the lessons in every experience and the gifts hidden within challenges. Ultimately, awakening your power is about recognizing that your potential has always been inside you, quietly waiting to be accessed. It is about stepping into the fullness of yourself, embracing your resilience, and moving forward with courage, clarity, and conscious intention. When you awaken to your own inner greatness, you begin to live not by accident, but by design, shaping a life that reflects your truest self.